I'm beginning to think that the rain is never gonna stop. And of course, like a dummy, I wore my holy boots and I stepped in a mud puddle. Now my socks are wet. Well, good morning. I'm Kathleen Pate, and this is my soggy Alabama farm life. It's only 60 degrees in here. And then I walk around over here and realized I left a window open. So I need to take care of that right now. Hopefully that'll warm the greenhouse up really quick. It's a little windy. I see this window over here is open too. I'm gonna have to fix that. It's supposed to get down to freezing or almost freezing here the next couple of nights. So I need to make sure everything's buttoned down and nice and tight in here. Since my last video, I started my asparagus seeds, but it's only been a day, so there's no sprouts yet. Still no movement on my lettuce or my lima beans. Oh, these have got little spots on them. Wonder if that's from moisture. Everything else seems to be doing okay. And I do have something new. We dug up some fig root. There was a limb of the fig that was on the ground and had rooted. So I had 2 small pieces. And then over here, I put in 2 larger pieces. They were droopy yesterday, but they look like they've perked up quite a bit today. Still no movement on the nasturtiums, so we will close them back up. These things make a great little mini hothouse. All my seedlings are doing okay, but just as soon as this cold front leaves, I'm gonna get some things in the ground. Not the tomatoes, they're still too young, but definitely these peas and possibly the beans. It's 55 degrees out here right now, so 60 is not a bad temperature. This afternoon when I put the chickens away, I'll turn my heater on because I think it's supposed to get to 37 tonight, and that's a little chilly for the greenhouse and all those new seedlings. Yesterday was a total washout. I did something that I usually don't do very often, but I stayed in my pajamas all day. The only time I went outside was to take care of my chickens. The sun is out this morning and it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day, but the high is only 55. Last night we got lucky and it only got down to 37. There's a cold front working its way through Alabama, and we've been watching the news closely. Yesterday, we were looking at 2 days of at least 30, if not colder. So we were really concerned about our tomatoes and our peppers that we have planted out in the field. It's also concerning because all our trees have bloomed and are starting to fruit. When I looked at the weather this morning, though, it has changed. The weather prediction temperatures for tonight are 32. So as long as we don't have more than 5 hours of freezing temperatures, everything should be okay. However, just to make sure that our tomatoes and our peppers aren't damaged, we're going to get out there this afternoon and get them covered. It's still only 47 this morning, and the wind is blowing, and it's really chilly today. So I'm gonna go back inside, make some breakfast, and let the sun warm everything up. It will not get cold enough tonight to affect the chickens, but I'm still going to make sure that they have plenty to eat. I'm thankful I didn't take down this plastic because it'll cut down on the wind and keep them a little warmer. And I'm also going to make sure that they have plenty of fresh water. The healthier they are, of course, the better that they will do. I am so thankful that we have this little greenhouse. We have been able to do so much this spring. We have a lot more starters than we did last year, and I've been able to start flowers too. So I'm very pleased with our little greenhouse right now. It's only supposed to go down to 32, and I know that this greenhouse will keep it at least 42, if not warmer. But I'm still going to go ahead and run our little heater to make sure it stays nice and warm. My grafts should be fine since grafting is usually done in the wintertime, so I'm not concerned about them too much. My elderberries are growing very nicely, and so is my asparagus. I'm not real concerned about them either since they don't have any blossoms or any fruit. My muscadine should also be fine. I don't have any blossoms or any fruit on those either.
We're Thursday, the first day of April. I'm James Spann. Get ready for a cold night tonight, a freeze warning in effect for much of the state. Then over the weekend, we start a warming trend.
We had hoped that spring was here and that Mother Nature was done with her freezing weather. But here we are expecting another frost. So we're going to go ahead and cover up our peppers using our little Folger cans. We have a ton of them. The tomatoes are a little larger, so we had to break out the bigger buckets, and the wind was blowing, so we used some rocks. So they should be good to go. So we have everything covered and ready to go, but our biggest concern is our fruit trees. The blueberries are full. There's tons of figs on our fig trees, and these are just things that we just can't cover up or protect. We have all these little bitty peaches on all 4 of the trees and all these pears. It would really be awful if we lost all this fruit.
Next week. Will this be the last freeze? Possibly, but again, I still say I'd wait until April 15th to plant, just to be on the safe side.
It's supposed to frost again tonight, so we're going to repeat the process that we did yesterday. We're going to cover up our tomatoes and our peppers and cross our fingers that all our fruit is going to be okay. In the meantime, I'm going to come out here and work in the greenhouse. It is absolutely wonderful in here. It's 55 degrees outside, and it is almost 100 in here. And I'm loving it. I really do enjoy the heat. I am so thankful for the homesteading community. Without it, I don't think I could have accomplished near as much as I have this year. It looks like we may have lost a few tomatoes, but that's fine. I've got plenty to replace them. But I was really concerned about our fruit trees. But I found this wonderful creator at Hill Homestead, and he put a lot of my fears to rest, I guess you could say. We're not out of the woods yet, but I am much more hopeful than what I was before.
Today is April 1st, and last night we had a freeze. Got down to 26 degrees, which I wasn't too worried about. Our blooming plants, like these are our blueberries here.
He goes through a very detailed explanation about fruiting trees and how they just survive the cold weather. I really enjoyed it, and if you too have an orchard, you need to go check him out. Our peppers did great under those little Folger canisters, but as I said, I think we lost some tomatoes. It looks like 7 of the plants have severe to moderate frost burn, but only time will tell if they survive or not. The crepe myrtles took a really hard hit. All the new growth has been burned by the frost. Our figs, they also took a serious hit. A lot of the leaves are burnt, but a lot of them aren't. So we're going to have to wait and see. It's going to be a couple of days before we know for sure if our fruit is going to survive. In the meantime, I'm going to get out here in my greenhouse. I'm going to plant some more seeds and get some more starts going. My next video will be the update on how our fruit did and show you all the things that I've been doing here in my greenhouse. So you guys have a great day. We just got another weather alert. It's supposed to frost again tonight. So I'm going back down into the garden to cover the tomatoes and the peppers.